Good morning, second graders. I hope you are having a good day. We are going to do our read aloud. Our read aloud today is another book about childhood memories. We have read 2 books so far this week about memories, although our author last week, Tommy DePaula, he wrote a lot of books based on his childhood memories as well. On Monday this week, we read the book about the little girl who would go to the mountains and spend it with her grandparents. And yesterday we read a book called Big Mama, right? About all the memories that they had spending summers on the farm. And today we're going to read a book called I Love Saturdays y Domingos. And this is a book that has a lot of Spanish words in it. And we need to use the context clues or the other words on the page to help us try to figure out what those words mean. And just like when you come across a word in English that you don't know, you have to use context clues then as well. So it's not just because these are Spanish words, you are going to use the same kind of strategy to read English words that you would a Spanish word that you might not know. So let's start reading and let's see if we can figure out what some of the tricky Spanish words that we might not know what they mean, but we can use the words around the word to figure it out. All right. So let's start with the cover. I love Saturdays y domingos. So think about what could y domingos mean? I know Saturdays is on the weekend, so I'm wondering if it has something to do with that. Here we go. Saturdays and Sundays are my special days. I call Sundays domingos, and you'll soon see why. So we just learned domingos means Sunday. So this means I love Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays, I go visit Grandpa and Grandma. Grandpa and Grandma are my father's parents. They are always happy to see me. I say, "Hi, Grandpa. Hi, Grandma," as I walk in. And they say, "Hello, sweetheart. How are you?" "Hello, darling." I spend los domingos with Abuelito y Abuelita. Abuelito y Abuelita are my mother's parents, okay? So I'm thinking based on the context clues. This page said Grandpa, Grandma, mother's parents. So abuelito and abuelita must mean Grandpa and Grandma in Spanish. They are always happy to see me. I say, "Hola, abuelito. Hola, abuelita," as I get out of the car. And they say, "Hola, hijita. ¿Cómo estás? Hola, mi corazón." So, hi, granddaughter. How are you? Hello. Mi corazón means my heart. So, they say, "Hello, my heart." On Saturdays, Grandma serves me breakfast. Milk, scrambled eggs, and pancakes. The pancakes are spongy. I like to put a lot of honey on my pancakes. Grandma asks me, "Do you like them, sweetheart?" And I answer, "Oh, yes, Grandma, I love them." Los domingos, Abuelita serves me a large glass of papaya juice and a plate of eggs called huevos rancheros. The huevos rancheros are wonderful. No one makes them better than Abuelita. Abuelito with an O at the end is Grandpa, and Abuelita is grandmother. Abuelita asks me if I like them. "Te gustan, hijita?" Do you like them, granddaughter? First, I need to swallow, and then I answer, "Sí, abuelita, me enchantan." Yes, I love them. Grandma has a tabby cat. Her name is Taffy. I roll on the carpet and call, "Come, Taffy, let's play." Abuelita has a dog. His name is Canelo. When I go out to the garden, Canelo follows me. I call out to him, "Ven, Canelo, vamos a jugar." So remember in my little message this morning, I said that I used to take Spanish. So I don't know exactly what this sentence means, but I can kind of piece it together. Remember, the dog's name is Canelo. I can use the context clues of I have my own dog, and I know that I might be calling my dog when we're outside to come. So vamos, come, a jugar, come here. I think it says Canelo, come here, or run to me, or something like that. I could also, a good reading strategy would be if I had Post-it notes or a piece of paper right now, I could write that word down and I could go look it up in some way later. We all have the internet now, and the internet lets you research things that you might not have been able to research quickly before. And so that's a great tool of the internet. Grandma collects owls. Every time that she and Grandpa go on a trip, she brings back an owl for her collection. Each one is different. I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, to see how her collection is growing. Abuelita loves animals. When she was little, she lived on a farm. She's glad that now they have a large backyard so she can keep chickens. One of her hens has been sitting on her eggs for many days. Now the chicks have hatched. I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they make it up to 12 on each page. On Saturday, Grandpa and Grandma play a movie about the circus for me on their VCR. I like the circus, especially the lions and tigers, says Grandpa, and the giraffes, says Grandma. When Grandma and Grandpa ask me what part I like best, I answer, I like the mother elephant and her little elephant best. Un domingo, on Sunday, Abuelito y Abuelita take me to a real circus. Me encanta el circo, Abuelito says. Mira los leones y los tigres, says Abuelita. Y la giraffes, Abuelito adds. When they ask me what I like best, I say, la mama elefante y su elefantito. Okay? So I can use what was on one page to figure out what was on the other page, because they're kind of saying the same thing. So on this page it says, especially the lions and the tigers. And on this page it says, mira los leones y los tigres. Well, leones kind of sounds like lion, and tigres kind of sounds like tigers. And then they talk about the giraffes. Well, that sounds like giraffes. And then down here, remember her favorite part? Or her favorite was the mother elephant and her little baby. So she says, la mama elefante y su elefantito. So those are using the context clues that are in the story. I don't see any pictures of lions and tigers, but I do see pictures of elephants on both pages. So pictures are great clues too. It's always good to look at the pictures. Grandpa has a beautiful aquarium. He keeps it very clean. Look at that big fish, Grandpa says, and points to a big yellow fish. I like the little ones, I answer. It's fun to watch the big and little fish. I watch, my nose pressed against the glass, for a long time. Abuelito takes me to the seashore. He loves to walk by the ocean. We sit on the pier and look down at the water. Mira el pez grande. Look at the big fish, Abuelito says. He points to a big fish. Me gustan los chiquitos, I answer, and show him some little silver fish that are nibbling by a rock. We stay at the pier un buen rato, for a long time. Un buen rato. So I don't know what rato means. No bueno means good. So maybe it means we stay at the pier for a good long time. Grandpa knows I love surprises. On Saturday when I arrive, he has blown up a bunch of balloons for me. The balloons look like a big bouquet of flowers. Yellow, red, orange, blue, and green. What fun, Grandpa, I say, and run with my balloons up and down the yard. Un domingo, Abuelito has a special surprise for me. He has made me a kite. The kite is made of colored paper and looks like a giant butterfly. Amarillo, rojo, naranja, azul, y verde. So there's 5 colors that they've named that are in Spanish. Amarillo, yellow, rojo, red, naranja, orange, azul, blue, y verde, and green. Abuelito, I say, and I hold on to the string of my kite as it soars high in the air. Grandpa likes to tell stories. He tells me about his mother, his father, and his older brother came to America in a big ship from Europe. He also tells me about growing up in New York City. When he was a young boy, he delivered papers early in the morning, before school, to help his family. Abuelito also likes to tell stories. He tells me about the times when he was growing up on a rancho in Mexico. He worked the fields when he was very young. He also tells me how his father went to Texas looking for work, and Abuelito was left in charge of his family, and he was only 12. Can you imagine being left in charge of your family at 12? That's only 4 or 5 years older than you right now. I bet that was hard. Grandma loves to tell me about her grandmother, whose parents came to California in a covered wagon. It was a long and difficult trip. Grandma's grandmother was born on the trail. Later, she became a teacher. Grandma is very proud of her grandmother. I feel proud too. Abuelito loves to tell me about her abuelita and her mama. Her abuelita's family are Native Americans. Abuelita is very proud of her Indian blood because the Indians really know how to love the land. Abuelito feels agula, and I feel agula too. So I've never heard that word before, but I'm using, this book has had one thing on English on one side, and then it's very similar in Spanish on this side. So agulo, I think, is proud. Abuelita feels proud, and I feel proud too. It's my birthday. This time, Grandpa and Grandma come to our house. They have brought me a new doll. Grandma has made her a dress in my favorite color. What a beautiful doll, Grandpa, I tell him, and I give him a big kiss. What a pretty blue dress. Thank you, Grandma. I love you very much, I say. Abuelito and Abuelita also come. Abuelito has made me a dollhouse. Abuelita has made me a dress for my birthday party. The dress is exactly like my doll's dress. So immediately, I have a connection. So another good thing readers do is as you're reading, you want to be thinking about your own life, how it connects to you. Can you relate to the characters? Because that means you're thinking about what you're reading. If you're not thinking about what you're reading, then you're missing or you're not comprehending or understanding everything that's being said. So you always want to be thinking about how you're feeling about what you're reading. Does it remind you of something? So when she says, Abuelita has made me a dress for my birthday party, that reminds me of when I was a little girl. I used to have American Girl dolls, and maybe some of you have them too. And my mom is so good at sewing, and my mom would make me matching dresses. My favorite American Girl doll was Samantha, and one Christmas, my mom made me a dress that matched Samantha's Christmas dress. So here we go. The dress is exactly like my doll's dress. Abuelito and Grandma must have planned this surprise together. Que linda casa de muchas, Abuelito. Gracias, I say, and give Abuelito a big hug. Y que bonita, vestido azul, Abuelita. It's a pretty dress, blue. Y azul is mi color favorito. As blue is my favorite color, I tell her. Gracias, Abuelito. Te quiero mucho. I love it so much. All my cousins and friends come to the party. We gather together to break the piñata that my mom has filled with candy and gifts. Abuelito is holding the rope to make the piñata go up and down. We all line up. The younger kids are in front. Abuelito covers our eyes with a folded scarf so that we can't see the piñata. Have you guys ever done a piñata? If you haven't, it's a lot of fun. It's a paper mache shape. Sometimes they're look like this, but they can be in anything. You could get a minion piñata, and you stuff the piñata filled with candy, and then you're blindfolded, and you hit at the piñata, and you try to break it so that all the candy comes out. Finally, I blow out the candles and cut the cake. Everyone sings happy birthday. Then they sing Las Manitas. It goes like this. Estas son las manitas. I'm not going to sing it because I don't know the tune. Que cantaba el rey David. Hoy, por ser tu cumpleaños, te las cantones a ti. Desperita, mi amor, desperita, mira que y amancio y los pajitos cantan la luna ese mi tío. So that's something that I should probably look up and figure out what that means. That's a lot of words that I don't know. Some say happy birthday and some say feliz cumpleaños. For me, it's a wonderful day. Un día maravilloso. And again, I'm not sure that maybe the day I was born. Las Mananitas is a traditional Mexican song. It is sung at birthdays. In some areas of Mexico, marachas can be hired to serenade the person who is celebrating his or her birthday. The songs say this is, oh, look, it's going to tell us what the words mean. This is a beautiful morning song which King David used to sing. Today, because it is your birthday, we shall sing it for you. Wake up, my loved one, wake up. The sun has just come out. The little birds are singing, and the moon has gone to sleep. So that is the end of the book. That was a lot of Spanish words. Now, we didn't know all of them, but we could use our context clues and what other words the book used to try to figure it out best we could. And if we didn't know a word, we could write it down. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, you're going to celebrate your writing with Mrs. Redden live, so make sure you tune in for that and bring some of your writing. You're also going to take another assessment. This one might be a little bit more challenging because we've talked less about this than we have money. So you're just going to do your best. We're going to do an assessment like this again after we talk more about it. So don't feel discouraged. I understand that it's hard to take assessments that you are confused or you're not sure what they say, but just do your best. Okay? All right. Have a good rest of your day.